Hey everybody, welcome to Coffee with Juan, um, otherwise known in your calendars as Café con Juan. I want to do a little fun thing where while I have you guys, I'm going to do a couple walkthroughs through InTouch as well as Clients for Life, as we've got a lot of stuff going on coming up this month, as well as moving into August. So I have a number of you who asked me about using InTouch as your primary CRM, and I'm so grateful that you've asked me because there are a lot of really cool tools that are available to you. So if you are interested in coming in and really playing with the program with me, then feel free to schedule an appointment. You know how to do that via my booking calendar. That's available on my email signature. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here with you guys, so that way you have the ability to see what I'm working on. And here it is. So the way that I got to InTouch was I go onto the CB Desk website and I look for the InTouch tile, and all I have to do is click on it. And so the cool thing is when you click on InTouch, you have access to not only your contacts, you also have access to your listings as well as office listings. That's located over here on the top blue bar. You have access to the marketing tools that are available to you, as well as any messages that you get if you're paying for leads through Market Leader, which is InTouch. As well as access to updating your website. This is not available here because this is a administrator account, so this will have an extra icon that says website for you guys. And then you have the ability to actually upgrade that website for a website that has a specific website name, if you so choose, if you wanted to use it, if you wanted to have that accessibility via Market Leader. So if you're have any questions about any of that, please feel free to reach out to me and we'll get an appointment set up. In the meantime, let's look at marketing tools. So if we click on marketing, we have access to a couple things that are in the drop-down menu: Marketing Center, Manage Campaigns, as well as Manage Designs. I will dive into campaigns and then managing designs a little bit later, but let's first introduce ourselves to Marketing Center. So when we click on Marketing Center, we've got a cool set of options that are available to you guys. Almost all of the Coldwell Banker CB tools that are available to you have a little toolbox that helps you navigate anything you're working on. And that toolbox is on the left-hand side of your screen most of the time. As you can see, we've got marketing, we've got design library, and we've got guides and facts. The cool thing to all of these features is you can click on any one of them. It's not going to, explode. You can really play around with the website and play around with the tools that are available here and get to know things. If you're curious about any pricing for print marketing, all you have to do is click on the pricing guides for prints. And you can also do the FAQ, so you can figure out any information on what these marketing materials cost if you so choose to order them through Marketing Center. So feel free to take a look at them. The cool thing is the more you order, the more discounted your rate gets. So for example, if we take a look at the jumbo postcards, we've got 61 cents per card if you're ordering from 25 to 50. If you're ordering 500 plus, it drops down to 34 cents a card. And if you're doing it with direct mail, first class postage, you're paying $1.05 per 25 to 50 cards. And if you're doing 500 plus, it drops down to 78 cents. So for those of you who are geofarming in big areas, definitely take a look at this. It might be worth your while, and it might be worth really taking a look at whether the offerings that are here for you guys are really worth it for your specific business, and see if it applies. Now, moving back to Marketing Center, one of the cool things that I want you guys to take a look at is we have email marketing available here, as well as print marketing. So let's go ahead and take a look at email marketing. What I'm going to do is just click on email marketing. I can also do that on the left-hand side here where it says design library. You can click on email and video marketing. But what we're going to do is just click on email marketing right now. Hold on, yeah, right there. There it is. So it's the big blue button. Now, what happens is you get access to a bunch of different designs that are available in your design library. I'm going to X out on the keywords. Buying is already set up here, so we're just going to take that away. And what you can see is for design library, which is through Market Leader, and type, email, and video, you have access to over 1,000 different results. The cool thing is each one of these different designs is catered towards specific holiday events. They're catered towards different things that you might want to impart in, as far as wisdom to your buyers and or your sellers. You can really spend a lot of time here figuring out what kind of information you'd like to share with people and be able to send them uh, concise info and really helpful educational materials and sometimes stuff that might encourage them to have a conversation with you. So let's go ahead and, in the spirit of July 4th, enter our little keyword that says July. When we do that, we have 18 results automatically that pop up. Okay. Now, the cool thing is all of these results are already branded with your agent information. So for those of you who are wondering, oh man, how much customization do I have to do? You can literally do as little as possible and still look good. So let's take an example at, let's say this third sample here where we've got the family. So we're going to click on Happy 4th of July. And as you can see, you've got a beautiful photo. You've got the Coldwell Banker North Star branding. You've got a beautiful message that says celebrate our Independence Day, Happy 4th of July, and then another larger message followed by I hope you fully enjoy the spirit. It's got the agent branding, and it's also got, if you have a custom logo, your logo is inputted there. So let's go ahead and let's just say we wanted to compose the email right away. All you have to do is click compose email. And the neat thing is Market Leader directs you to what the entire thing is going to look like without you having to do anything. It's already branded to you. It has your specific phone number. It has your Coldwell Banker Realty logo. It has the appropriate disclosures as well as your website and email address. So for each one of you, this may look a little different. So be aware of that. Obviously, as I have mentioned before, this is an administrator account, so you definitely want to take a look at that and check in, make sure that everything looks good. If you're missing any phone numbers, if you're missing an email address, or you want to change that information, get with me. I can help you do that in a really quick way. So you can basically just send this out to any set of contacts that you so choose by typing in a contact name. So let's say I type in Sarah. The cool thing is you get a drop-down menu of the people that automatically are in your contacts list, and it'll tell you which suggestions might come up for Sarah. So if I just click on Sarah and I click send, it'll send over to Sarah. Or I can also schedule this email. If I click schedule over here next to the send button on the bottom right, I can choose whatever day and time I want this email to send out to Sarah. And that is a really useful tool for me because if I wanted to schedule out, let's say 6 emails every month for Sarah, depending on different things that might apply to her, depending on how I feel about how she likes emails and whatnot, then I can schedule those emails at specific times. So let's say July 4th, I can schedule for the 8th, the 15th, the 20th, the 28th, and the 31st. All of this is customizable in terms of scheduling. So what we're going to do is we're going to move backwards. You can also add more contacts if you so choose. And if you don't have a contact in here, all you have to do is type in a specific email address and it will send to that contact as well. So what we're going to do is click cancel here. And I want to show you guys what it looks like if you chose to personalize this Happy 4th of July email greeting. So if I click the personalize button, it will load with a, let's call it a baby Canva or a baby Word customization format. Okay, now here, what's really cool is I can move any one of these items around. I can change things. I can choose different photos. So let's say I don't like this photo. All I have to do is click on the photo and upload a new image. If I don't like this logo, I can click on it and choose a different logo. However, all of this stuff is already set up for you, like we've said before. So if you're interested in just sending it out nice and quick, you can do that. If you go through this and you decide, oh, you don't want it to say it's celebrated in countries all over the world at different times of the year, you can literally just highlight this and delete it. It says today it's our turn to make it unlike any other fireworks, parades, picnics, baseball. Remember, now if you wanted to do your own text, you can also do that as well. You can say something like, I am so grateful to be able to celebrate this wonderful holiday with you. You and yours enjoy this day, this celebration of independence. build, you can take that out and do any kind, you can literally do anything you want. If you chose that you wanted a different photo instead of this, you can do a photo of, let's say, you and your family, or you and your dog, or you and someone that you like to do business with, or whatever. You wanted to upload that photo, you can change this and put in any kind of photo you'd like. Or you can choose from the stock file that is available, and you can basically take a look and see what's available. So let's say we wanted to do the business team. Bam, now the business team is put on the photo. That looks terrible. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can try it. And if you decided that you wanted to try something else, let's say flowers and gardens, you can also update this as you please. You can also change the sizing, make it as big or as small as you want. And then when you're done, all you have to do is click save. When you click save, it will ask you to save as. There's a reason for that. It's because now this is a custom file. So you can say Happy 4th of July dash 2021 emailer. Okay, and then click save. Now here's the cool thing when you save a design. If we click exit on the top left and we go back to marketing and click on buyer marketing, and we just ignore that and we click on saved designs instead of design library. You can see that on saved designs, you've got access to Happy 4th of July 2021 emailer. And you can click on that, and that is available to you right there. And then you can also edit it at any time, at any point in time. You can compose the email, or you can publish to web and share. When you publish to web and share, you get to copy this URL and paste it to an email, or to a website, or to your favorite social media network. So if I click this, copy, open a new tab, paste and go. Here's what's really cool. It automatically creates a website, or at least it should. See if it does. Dun, dun, dun. It's not doing it. We're not sure why. However, this should normally work for you guys. So for now, we'll ignore it, and we'll click on social media so you can take a look at how this works. So if we click on Facebook, it should create a thing. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. You can create a post. I don't like how that looks, but whatever, we'll ignore it. Dun, dun. Okay, so this is InTouch. As you can see, it's got some benefits. It's got some quirky things. So I would definitely recommend that you take a look at it, try to play with it, and see what works for you guys. This is the first time I've encountered the URL doesn't work. Usually it works for the agents that I've done this with. So if you wanted to double check, make sure this works for you, please do that. And then reach out to me if you have any issues, and we'll figure it out from there. However, if you decided that you just wanted to send it straight from InTouch, the cool thing is it sends straight from your InTouch account, and you don't have to worry about copy, paste, this, that. You can just compose the email and go from there. Now, let's move on to print marketing. I want to show you guys how this works. So if you wanted to order marketing materials directly from InTouch, so you don't have to worry about going to Express Docs, this, that, this already orders from Express Docs. So if we click on print marketing, you browse the property marketing. And let's say you wanted to advertise a just listed postcard, or you wanted to advertise another just sold postcard because these houses are flying off the shelf. Here's the cool thing. You click on the just sold postcard. You can personalize the information here. You can change the address, you can change the photo, you can change the font and the color, anything you want to do, you can change. You can make this cool Baker logo larger, smaller, whatever you'd like. I'd like to, keep that in the corner there, and then just save or click exit, however you want it, if you like the way that it works. Now the cool thing is it lets you know the professional print services starting at 24 cents each. In this case, it doesn't let me order the material because this is a administrator account. So definitely this will look a little bit different for you guys, but you can choose the listing that you want. Now, if we go back and we just wanted to order some materials that would not necessarily be property specific, what we can do is we can order postcards, let's say for the listing concierge. This is what it should look like for you guys as well. You can personalize this. Now, the cool thing is because these are postcards, on the backhand side, all of the information that is necessary is already set up, and all it needs is the postage. And then it blocks off the area where there should be no content for postal regulations. On the left-hand side, what's really cool, if we zoom in a little bit, is you can see that there's already some typing done for you, as well as your agent branding and whatnot. You can change this website information if you'd like, but it says here, my property spotlight marketing plan leverages the power of television, social media, and online print advertising to attract buyers and help you pocket a higher sales price. This remarkable plan also includes professional photography, attention-getting mailers, area agent notifications, spectacular full-color brochures, extensive online exposure, single property website, just listed e-blast. I mean, all of these things are available when you order through Listing Concierge. So what you can do is take advantage of the fact that you have this material out, and you can send this to as many people as possible that you so choose. So in this case, this says roll out the red carpet for your home, Coldwell Banker, and on the back side it says the information of what you do. This is a simple way for you to touch base with that farm that you want to do business in and make sure that they know what you've been up to. Make sure that they know, that they see that you know how to market a property. So when you've completed personalizing that mailer, all you have to do is select what type of paper you want. In this case, we've got just the 120 number cover free. You can select your finishing, so non-UV coated versus UV coated, and both options are free. And then you can also select your quantity. If you wanted, let's say 250, it tells you 38 cents each, 95 bucks. If you just wanted 50, it tells you 41 cents each, 20 bucks. If you wanted 500, it tells you 34 cents each, 170 bucks. And then if you wanted to print the mailing addresses on the pieces, you can do so. And then mailing options, it tells you what you've got available to you. You can mail directly to the recipients for 44 cents each. And then you can choose the address source in terms of contacts or mailing list. And then you can select your mailing list from there by dropping in a file. Now, if you wanted to select from your contacts, you can choose your recipients. And this is why it's important to have your contacts in InTouch. If you're ordering these materials, you can choose your recipients and then type in a name. And then it should, I don't think I have any of your addresses here, but when you type in a name, it should tell you who's eligible in terms of what contacts have addresses, and then you can select that contact, and it goes directly, all I have to do is click. So this is a really cool set of personalizable options that you guys have. Definitely take a look at it, see if it works for you. Now, if you're telling me, hey, Juan, I'm really not interested in advertising Listing Concierge. What I really want to do is advertise the RealSure program. Okay, well, let's type in RealSure. And then we've got print marketing. We're going to click on the RealSure program. Let's take my email video so you guys can see what's available here. So RealSure program from Coldwell Banker. And this is a little postcard as well. So it says RealSure, sell with certainty, buy with confidence. When you personalize this material, it also has a backside because it's a postcard. So it tells you the information for RealSure. In this case, let's just zoom in so we can read this information. Receive an offer today, buy with confidence tomorrow. The RealSure program from Global Banker and Home Partners of America gives you a guaranteed cash offer so you can move forward with confidence. Get a cash offer from now from RealSure, good for 45 days. I'll continue to market your home for an even higher offer. You can accept or decline the RealSure cash offer within 45 days. If you decide to decline it, there are no fees or obligations. With a RealSure cash offer in hand, you can perform an upfront inspection and receive a home value statement. With it, you can make an offer on your next home as if your current home is already sold. Don't let selling your home keep you from moving on to your dream home. Now, this is super important for you to realize, for you to take a look at, right? It says here, with a RealSure cash offer in hand, you can perform an upfront inspection and receive a home value statement as well. With it, you can make an offer on your next home as if your current home is already sold. So this is really powerful, especially in today's market where the buyers are super competitive and there's not a lot of listings out there. So for those of you who are dealing with sellers that need to sell their home quickly, this might be an applicable offer for them. Now, RealSure does have a cap as far as what the pricing is for their offers. I believe it's $500,000 or $550,000. So I'll double check that for you guys if you're interested and get you some more information. There are appropriate disclosures. There's the RealSure Home Partners of America. There's your realtor branding. There's also the address that it comes from. In this case, this is the Grant Street because this is an administrator account. So in your case, it would say 600 South Airport Road, and then it has the appropriate Coldwell Banker branding. And just like before, You can print the mailing addresses directly on the pieces to be sent out from your contacts or from a mailing list as you so choose. Now, when you select mailing list, I want you guys to take a look at this. It's super important for you to download the mailing list template and then enter the required information as they are asking for. So first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, and country. Remember, you have to have a minimum of 25 mailers, 25 prospects for them to take it and to be able to send it because the minimum order is for 25. So for those of you who are interested, make sure you take a look at the mailing list template. We're going to click on that now so you can see what that template looks like. We'll double click on it and I will make sure I bring it into the screen if it loads to a different one. Mailing list template here. Okay. So if I drag this over, mailing list template, I'll make this full screen. It's a very simple template. We've got prefix here. Let me just highlight. See this? Okay. So we've got prefix, which is, before your first name. So Mr. whatever, Miss whatever, first name, middle name, last name. You don't have to have the middle name. Remember first, last, address, city, state, zip, and country. If they have a apartment, then you can put that in address too, right? So for those of you who are super interested in sending out mailers through InTouch, definitely take a look at this. This might be useful for you. If you're saying, hey, well, I don't want to market the Real Share program. What I really want to do is I just want to, send out mailers. I want to send out mailers that have nothing to do with the Coldwell Banker branding or whatever. Okay, well, it's going to have the Coldwell Banker branding anyway because you're sending out the mailers. Now, here is where you can really play around with what you want your brand identity to be. If you wanted to send out, let's say, a spring forward postcard, you can. If you wanted to send out, let's say, a little holiday photo of a girl in a Santa hat, you can. And if you wanted to send out a custom mailer, you can do that as well. So for those of you who are really curious about how you can come up with concise information without, concise materials without having to pay exorbitant costs, take a look at it. There's a lot of stuff available to you guys here. If I just click on the postcard for print mailers and I scroll up, there are 399 results. If I click on the flyers, there's 170 results. So let's say we're taking a look at the flyers, okay? We're going to scroll down, we're going to see what might apply to us. We're thinking about what business that we want to do, and we're going to say, okay, well, let's advertise the Homes for Dogs project, right? That's something that's not as aggressive, and we'll click on the Homes for Dogs project. So when we click on that, it says 20,000 plus adoptions to date and counting because everyone deserves a loving home. Find out more at coldwellbanker.com/dogs. And it'll have, if I click personalize so you guys can see this, just like all of the other materials that were available to you before, you've got your agent branding, the appropriate disclosures, the realtor logo. I believe that is the, yep, let me see here. I zoom in a little bit. That's equal housing, right? Yeah, equal housing opportunity. There we go. I can see it. Sizing. Okay. And then the other cool thing, which is available here, is there's the Coldwell Banker logo, and then you can customize this as you so choose. If you say, okay, well, because everyone deserves a loving home, you can say every doggo deserves a loving home. Smiley face. Whatever you want. And then that way you guys can send out really great materials. So if I click exit, don't save, I'm not going to change, save that. We're going to select, okay, well, we want paper type, okay, coated side, non-UV coated. In this case, it says UV coated one side, 10 cents, okay? In this scenario, it's going to charge you most likely because the page is bigger. So if we click add to cart, you can preview it and approve this item before adding it to your shopping cart. In this case, I only had 25 items, and so that was $1.05 each. We're going to preview it, make sure everything looks good. And I'll walk you through what this process looks like. Okay, so all that looks good. I've got my photo, I've got my number, blah, blah, blah. Approve and continue. When you approve and continue, it brings it to a order cart. It says prior print fulfillment provided by Express Docs. So that's super important for you guys to take a look at. There's also a number for you to contact if you have any questions. You can also email marketleader@expressdocs.com for any more questions. You can take a look at the pricing guide as well as shopping cart FAQ. If I click checkout, It's as simple as adding my address, adding my billing profile, selecting my shipping, and then placing my order when that icon pops up after I've entered all this information. So for those of you who are interested, this is super easy and it all happens right here. And the whole reason why I'm highlighting this as far as a one-stop solution is because you can take a look at, let's say you've got a contact in here. We're going to click 34 cold, and I think I have all of you guys in here. So let's say I pick Cindy, okay? And I take a look at all of the things that I've done with Cindy, and I'm like super curious. Okay, I've got a completed campaign. These contacts have received the last completed campaign. I can choose to put them on another email campaign. I can choose to do some marketing for Cindy. In this case, all I have to do is click whatever marketing that I'd like. If in the case that she has a mailing address on file, you'll have information that pops up here for ordering mailers. So this is a really good way for you guys to grab attention while also making sure that you keep your contacts all in the same place as far as how you're handling and organizing your details of your business. Now, for those of you who are super curious about like, okay, well, what are the other aspects of InTouch that are super useful for me? You can put in birthdays, you can put in purchase anniversaries, and then you can also set timeframes for when these people get reached out to automatically. You can also set search areas for properties. So let's say you have 100 contacts and everybody's looking for property. It's a great problem to have. However, you only have so much time. You can put in reminders. You can put in property searches. So if I wanted to add an address for Cynthia to increase marketing opportunities, or if I wanted to, put up a criteria, I can do all of this stuff right here, and they'll automatically get an email. So in this case, I'm going to pull up my email with one of the latest property searches that I've received that I had an agent set up for me. So in this case, let's see, I'm going to minimize this. You guys can see this pretty clearly. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I get an email from Tara, for example, through InTouch. So I had her set me up on a property search. So we've got active properties is what I requested, not anything that was pending or sold. The price range was from 300 to 500. Looking for a 2-bed, 2-bath. Pretty simple, basic criteria. It's a little wide in terms of pricing, right? So that's super important for you guys to take a look at, right? But this is all of the available properties that are in the area that was selected, right? So we've got the one in Longmont. Sometimes it will give you doubles depending on if it's listed on both MLSs. We've got the one in Lafayette. We've got another one in Longmont. We've got another one in Longmont. And then I can also click on view more properties. What we're going to do is we're just going to click on one of the listings so you can see this. This is functioning as a buyer, right? Or if I'm a seller and I'm really curious to see what these things are going for and what they're selling for, I can ask Tara to set me up in a search, right? So in this case, if I'm interested in the 1744 Spencer Street, I would have clicked on that. And now I have access to everything Coldwell Banker branded. So it reminds me subliminally as I'm looking through the website, Tara Brewer sent me this message and she works for Coldwell Banker. Tara's phone number is right here. Right? I can look at, Tara's website. If I click search communities, all this stuff, this is all from Tara's website. If I scroll down, I can see more information on the specific house that she sent me. I can see the details of the home. I can see more listing details. I can see the interior details. I can see exterior details. I can see local schools. I can view the listing on a map. I can take advantage of a payment calculator. I can see market trend information for the specific zip code, more nearby school information, as well as Tara's contact information and her license stuff, right? So this is super useful for me as a buyer because now the legitimacy of, okay, Tara and I have only had a conversation for 1 month, and I'm really not sure if I wanted to use her. Her sending me this information keeps me up to date on what she's been up to. Even if that's not her listing, I don't necessarily know that unless I'm looking over here because the majority of all the branding is Coldwell Banker, right? Now, if I see all this stuff and I say, okay, well, it's listed by here, but however, I got the email from Tara. So I want to reach out to Tara and ask her questions because she's the one who's being proactive and sending me information, right? Then I will call Tara or I'll call her office or I'll click on the contact me button and I'll say, Oh, more info about the property, and then send her a message. I really like this one, right? My preferred contact method. I can do all of this stuff right here from the website as a buyer and or a seller. Now, if I'm curious about what the other properties look like, I can see other results. And I can scroll down in the menu over here on the right-hand side and see what's available and see if there's anything that strikes my fancy. Oh, look at that, the 1338 Horizon Lane. So I'll just click on that guy. And now I have all the information for 1338 Horizon Lane. If the website would just load. Let's reload this. If 1338 Horizon Lane right here, right? And then I can cycle through all the photos, see if I like it, see the information, see the market trend info, the same thing. All this stuff is available, right? Now, if I'm curious, okay, I want to take a look at Tara's website. So I'll click home. And this brings me to brewer-realestate.com. And now I can take a look at Tara's website and see what she's been up to. I can discover a home and then put in any search examples. I can see what she's got under contract in 3 days, Boulder, and see the photo for the last thing that she got under contract. Recently sold deals, my mission, I can read her mission, I can see her video. All these things I have access to just because Tara sent me an email through Market Leader. So for those of you that are really interested, you can see that I went through the rabbit hole as a buyer or seller, or in this case, as your success coach. I went through the rabbit hole looking for information, and I was really curious, right? I started playing around with the website. Now I'm looking at her client testimonials. If you guys are really curious about getting your testimonials up on the website, I can help you do this. This is one of the things that I've worked on with Tara, is making sure that her website looks great and looking at her properties and this and that. Now, if you guys are curious, okay, fine. My website looks good, but what I really want to do is market my listings. Okay, so let's go to InTouch and we'll take a look at that. So we'll click on listings. We'll take a look at my listings. In this case, because I am a success coach, I don't have any listings here. But what we'll do is we'll click on my office's listings. So let's say, I'm looking at, oh, this is administrator. That's right. So here, what we'll do is we will go to an agent. Let's do the same train here, Tara. So, okay, so in this case, this shows the website like I showed you guys, right? And what we'll do, oh yeah, by the way, when Juan, in this case me, clicked on the email from Tara, Tara will get a notification. It says you received 1 new contact in the last 30 days, and now it also tells me who are the most active contacts out of the emails that I've gotten sent out. In this case, it says Juan Zuniga now. So Juan was just looking at an email that I sent. How great is that? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to click on listings, market my listings. And what's really cool about marketing your listings is you can do my office's listings. So let's say we're going to pretend that we are Shara, and let's say, oh, I'm Shara, and I go on my market my listings page, and I notice feature this property on my website is not set up. So all I have to do is click that, and then all of a sudden it pops up on my website. I can also create marketing collateral, right? So if I create marketing collateral, the cool thing is I have access to all of the things through Market Leader for me to order a just sold postcard or a just listed postcard or information about the house postcard. Anything that really strikes my fancy in any specific style, I can do that. And then I can also send a single property email if I so choose, right? So the email has a bunch of photos that I can choose. I can personalize. I can put in the MLS number for the house. And then I can see what this all looks like with the agent branding. It has the information for the home, it has a property website, and it also has a little advertisement here for the Real Vitalize program, right? So if I've used Real Vitalize, I can talk about that a little bit and say, hey, if you don't want to spend the time or the money to, spruce up the house and get it ready for sale, let's take a look at the Real Vitalize program. It'll do up to the listing side commission in terms of the budget for me to help you update your home. So for those of you who really want to take advantage of this stuff, I highly recommend. I have not seen a program this comprehensive at any of the other brokerages that I've been at. It's really useful, and Really, I mean, play around with it. See if it's worth it for you, and see if it's something that you might want to use. Now, going back, we're going to play around with a couple other things. So since we've still got time, we've got 15 minutes here in the Cafe Con One, we're going to go back to CB Desk. And we're going to take a look at Clients for Life. In this case, you're going to want to scroll around and look for the Prospect Square tile. When you click on Prospect Square, you've got access to a bunch of different things. We're going to log in as office admin, and then I'll just go to an agent from there, so you guys can see how this specifically works. Let's pick. Who do I want to pick? Who do I want to pick? We'll log in as Cindy. Why not? Now, the cool thing is when I log in as Cindy, right? This is if Cindy clicked on the Prospect Square tile and took a look at her Prospect Square. You get the toolbox that I mentioned earlier on the left-hand side, and then in the toolbox you have access to the home feature. You have Clients for Life, contacts, reports, groups, analytics, update reports, and property emails. There are a bunch of different tools here that are available to you. So for those of you who want to really take advantage of this, there's a bunch of ways to do this. Let's start out with Clients for Life. So we'll click on Clients for Life, and we can see all of the campaigns that were sent before. Okay, we've got the June campaign, we've got July, August is scheduled. All this stuff is set up, right? So let's just take a look at the June campaign. We see that it's sent. If we click on the three dots on the bottom right of that little campaign icon, it gives us a drop-down menu for resending the campaign, sharing the campaign on social media, and analytics. Now, if I just click on the campaign itself, so if I click on the photo, here's the cool thing. This is what the campaign looks like when it sends out to your clients. For those of you who are interested about why this summer barbecue got sent out, this is why. It not only has all the agent branding and whatever and all this stuff, right? Click on it for details and you can see why this is so useful. We've got not only recipes for foods, appetizers, entrees, sides, desserts, we've also got recipes for beverages without alcohol, beverages with alcohol for you guys to be able to share with your clients. We've also got online experiences, so cooking and baking experiences online, mixology experiences online, dancing, health and fitness, and then we've also got outdoor games which are available. So this is DIY outdoor games, lawn twister, and this is really cool because let's say you send this out to a client, they're not interested in cooking because they don't cook, right? But they're interested in games. They love games. Okay, let's take a look at all this stuff. So let's say we're going to play around with the water balloon piñatas. We click on that, and this directs us to a link of the backyard summer party with water balloon piñatas. And then it gives you a whole write-up on, what's super useful about it and whatnot, right? So for those of you who are interested in doing this, I mean, really take advantage of this stuff. This is a really great way for you to reach out to your clients because you're not just trying to sell them a house, you're providing them a higher quality of life just because they know you, okay? So if we click on, let's do another DIY game. So let's say DIY summer carnival games, okay? We're gonna click on that. And here it says Cousin Carnival Backyard Party Ideas. Cousin Carnival Family Reunion Summer Fun Idea, blah, 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 blah. And we'll scroll down a little bit and we'll see what's available here. Okay, balloon darts. We can play ring toss. You can set up little sodas and do ring tosses with the tops for mason jars. There is a beanbag ladder toss. That's a super simple game. All kinds of stuff is available to you guys, right? For you to be able to share. And it's super easy because it's all set up in a Clients for Life email. So for those of you who are like, oh, wow, I didn't know that this was a thing, take a look at it, see what's available, try out some of the recipes. If you wanted to try a recipe, say, okay, let me do the cucumber vodka spritz, right? So you click on the cucumber vodka spritz, you try out the recipe, the recipe's good. Now, what I recommend you do is you take a look at your Prospect Square, okay? And you take a look at your analytics. This is why analytics is so useful. So when you click on analytics, you have information for everyone that the email was sent out to, as well as who may have opened the email. So in this case, Cindy sent out 1,214 emails for this specific Clients for Life newsletter. 1,098 were delivered. Her open rate was 9% and her click rate was 22%. So that means 22% of the emails that were delivered, right? So just over 220 emails that were delivered, people looked at the email and looked at the summer barbecue guide, right? So now let's take a look at all of the emails that were sent that the people didn't send, right? So in this case, we got Melody sent it out. Melody got it sent and she didn't open it, right? So one thing I might recommend to Cindy is, okay, let's reach out to Melody and tell her, hey, Melody, did you get that Clients for Life email? I wanted to tell you about it because I took a look at the summer barbecue guide and it was so cool. I had my friends over, or I went to Florida and I tried a cucumber vodka spritz while we were in the hotel room. And now you're not only telling her about the Clients for Life email, but you're telling about how you use that specific recipe in your day-to-day life and how it's useful for you, right? So now Melody's going to say, oh my God, I didn't take a look at it. What email did it come from? Oh, I can't really see it. I have like 1,000 emails, Cindy. Well, let me do you a favor, Melody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to resend that email to you right now. Are you near a computer? And Melody will say, yeah, sure. Let me just log on. Okay, let me set it up for you. So I'll click on the resend campaign button, right? Now I can see subject summer barbecue holiday. I can change that subject at any time and say the barbecue guide, the optional introductory message, like here you go, right? And now if I scroll down in the HTML version of this, the sample, it says intro message here. If I say here you go in the intro message, this is where it will pop up just before the photo, okay? Now, what I want to do while I'm on the phone with Melody, Melody's finally pulled up her computer. Hey, Cindy, I've got my computer up. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Instead of clicking the distribution groups, you unclick your distribution groups, right? Because this email was already sent. You browse for Melody. It will automatically pop up with Melody. I'll click on her name, and it's as simple as scrolling back up and clicking the send button because Melody's contact info is right there. So now Melody should get the email in a few minutes if she doesn't have me on spam, and make sure that she knows that she might get the email in spam, right? So she'll want to be on the lookout for it and then add that email to her contacts so it doesn't show up in her spam box anymore. And now Melody has access to the summer barbecue guide. And she'll say, oh my gosh, Cindy, thank you so much. I was wondering what I was going to do for 4th of July. And now I have some stuff that I can try out. Thank you so much. And then you can say, you're so very welcome. How are things going? How's the family? How's this? How's work? What have you been up to? Are you guys, how's the house? I know I said you guys the house a couple of years ago. Have you done any projects on it? If you don't know if they've done any projects, right? What's the most recent project you guys have completed, right? Oh, well, we just finished the backyard. Oh my gosh, that's going to be perfect because now you can try the outdoor games. So there's a really comprehensive way for you to utilize Prospect Square in 5 to 10 minutes right there. Now, for those of you who are like, well, I don't have time to call my specific, sphere and this and that. Okay, well, that's okay. If you don't have the time, I totally understand. Just click the 3 dots and resend the campaign. It doesn't hurt to send that email one more time, just so that the people who may have not seen it because they get 1,000 emails a day, they might see it again. And then they can click on the campaign. And you might be surprised just because you click the resend campaign button to your distribution groups, someone might reach out to you and say, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that you sent that to me. Perfect timing. Thursday before July 4th, because now I can try out a couple recipes that I had no clue what I was going to do for July 4th. Or they may not even reach out to you. And then the next time you see them, they might mention it and say, oh my gosh, Cindy, I was so glad that you sent me that email for 4th of July. I'm sorry that I didn't get in touch with you. I tried the recipes, they were fantastic. And my kids loved the beanbag toss on the ladder. They're always wondering why I have the ladder in the garage. And now they got to play with the ladder in a really cool way, right? Whatever is going to be the conversation. And then they're going to ask you, hey, how's real estate been? Here is the cool thing of why I like Clients for Life. You could say real estate has been fantastic. Or you can say, oh, real estate's tough. Both are really boring, to be quite honest with you guys. So if you wanted to really come up with an answer for when somebody asks you how's real estate been, get on Clients for Life. Before you go out, before you go meet those friends, and click on the toolbox and take a look at the reports feature. If you click on reports and you click area report, for example, you can generate within less than a minute. If you're really fast at this, you can generate within less than a minute an area report for you to take a look at. So let's just click new. We're going to click test report. we'll add a contact, right? Um, Chris, right? Let's see if anything pops up. Okay, Christina Lewis, blah blah blah, right? And now we're going to browse a market area. Okay, let's just click browse, right? We have access to every single county available, as well as the subsequent town and neighborhood and cities and whatever you want to call it, right? We have access to all of this. Look, there's 35 different options of the places inside Colorado that you can create area reports for. Now, if you already know, oh well, Juan, I know which report I want to do for Christina. Christina likes Boulder. Okay, well, we're just going to click market areas and type in Boulder. Boulder County pops up, and you have access to Niwot, Golden, Louisville, Erie, Heatherwood, University Place, Gun Barrel Green, Pine Brook Hills. All of this stuff is available to you guys. Oh, well, Juan, I just want to give Christina a specific, like Boulder County condo townhouse or single family home report. Okay, Boulder County single family homes. This is the entire county of Boulder. Oh, well, that's too many homes, Juan. I know Christina lives in Erie. Okay, so Boulder County, Erie, single family homes. Let's just click on that guy. Now, what we're going to do is, instead of saving and sending like you would normally do it, you can click preview. And when you preview this report, this was that simple. We click the area. We've got the area report, May 2021, single family homes, Erie. This report also comes with your agent branding, Coldwell Banker, as well as a real estate snapshot, which is available to you guys. So for those of you who are super interested in the numbers, which most of your clients are going to be interested in the numbers if they own a home or if they're in the home buying process, because what the benefit of it is not only a roof over their heads, but it's a way to protect their money in terms of equity, in terms of property, right? It's money that they can access later if they need to, or if they can sell the home and get into another home without having to go through the entire process of, doing a crazy savings. I mean, there's so many different reasons why people are interested in numbers, right? So let's take a look at this. Real estate snapshot. Changed since this time last year, single family homes. May 2020 to May 2021, the number of sales is down 34% in Erie. From May 2020 to May 2021, the new listings is down 31% in Erie. The average days on the market year over year is down 96%. And this is listed in this way as well, right? You can see this median sales price is up 15% for single family homes. The average sales price in Erie is up 17.85%. The median list price for sold listings is up 8%, and the average list price for sold listings is up 10% from May 2020 to May 2021. So you can see how these things happen, right? If we look at the area report, full market summaries are available to you guys. So 2021 to 2020, right? You can see in 2021 from May, there were 26 listings. In 2020, there were 38 listings. That's where that change of 31% occurs. All of this information is super useful for you guys, and you can go through these charts. Now, what if you tell me, hey, Juan, I really don't understand how to read this chart. I scrolled through and I made it to the third page, and I don't understand sales price as a percentage of the original price. Well, let's slow down. May 2021, single family homes. Sale price as a percentage of the original price. It says your average sale price of a property as a percentage of the final list price. So in the black, we've got percentage of sale over list price. About 107%, May 2021. 106, 107. The list price is highlighted in blue. So your list price is in the blue over here for May 2021. If we move our mouse across over here, we've got somewhere between 650 and 670. And then the sales price, this is where it gets really interesting. May 2021, the sales price is hovering around $700,000, right? So you can see how all these things correlate. If you keep going, you can start understanding how these graphs work. Well, one, I really don't have the time to go through these graphs. Tough. This is part of the job of being a realtor, is understanding either these graphs or understanding the graphs that you get from the MLS. Because if Susan, or let's say in this case, we've got Christina, meets you at the barbecue for the party that you hosted because you were advertising clients for life, or she meets you at the baseball game, which is going to be coming up, and she asks you, hey, I'm really curious about what the real estate market is doing. Your answer is now not, oh yeah, the real estate market's great, super hot. Just like every other realtor probably is going to tell Christina, your answer is now, hey, Christina, actually before the baseball game happened, I took a look at the reports for May. In this case, we're going to pretend the game is, today. I looked at the reports, the latest reports from May 2021, and the number of sales are down 34%. And she's going to ask you, well, what does that mean? And you're going to say, well, that means that there's not a lot of listings in the market. In May 2021, there were 26 listings, whereas last year there were 38 listings in the same month. So that's why I said it was a 31% change. Oh my God, so there's really not a lot of houses in the market. Yeah, there really are not. And here is the wild thing. So if we take a look, Christina, at the average sold price, it is higher this year than it was the same time last year. And the average list price is higher as well. So people are not only listing their homes for a higher price, Christina, on average, they're also selling their homes for a higher price than they listed them for. If we take a look at the May reports, Christina, the average list price for sold properties in Erie was $683,000, where the average sold price of those properties was $724,000. Christina's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. Well, is it really a good time for me to sell? And then you can have that conversation with Christina and say, well, let's talk about your needs. What's important to you guys? Do you guys really feel like you're happy with the house? And she'll either tell you, yes, we're happy with the house, or sort of. I mean, it's not really our dream house. We're always really interested. And I think, if we can really take advantage of the equity that we got in the house over the last 3 or 4 years, then maybe it's time to take a look at something that might suit our needs better. And if she doesn't know how to describe that, then you can say that as well, right? Hey, well, after our conversation, I'm noticing that you had not only the one extra kid, but now your husband is working from home more often. Do you guys need a larger space? Would you like an extra bedroom? Would you like a bigger office? Oh my gosh, that would be so useful, because right now my husband is working in the kitchen, and every time the kids show up in the kitchen, it's just super loud, and he has to go somewhere else, and he doesn't have any space. So maybe you know what? You're right. Maybe it's time that we do start looking at a new house and maybe listing our house. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. How about we book an appointment for next week? And now you've got an appointment at the baseball game that you invited to them to, because not only did they look at the summer barbecue guide, but they've also taken advantage of the Global Banker opportunity to go to the baseball game for the Rockies. So they've enjoyed not only the summer guide, they've enjoyed the Rockies game, and now they trust you on a higher and deeper level because you have done the homework to make sure that you know what the market looks like. So for those of you that are super interested in this, please, 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 please take a look at Clients for Life. Please, 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 please take a look at InTouch and try to use some of these things. I know that some of the features are kind of scary to use. So if you're really interested in getting comfortable with some of these features, understanding how it might benefit you best, then schedule a meeting. I'm here for you guys. And my whole objective as your success coach is to help you find a way of doing business that works best for you. So if this is one of the ways that's going to help you, do your business, and if you're curious about, oh, well, I don't know necessarily how to sell this, or I don't know how to talk about it, then let's get together and let's talk about some scripts, and let's work on some scripts. And scripts is not something to be nervous about, because it's a really great way for you to practice talking. In this case, you can practice talking with me at our meeting, and you'll practice talking. And then when you get in front of the client, you're more comfortable with what you want to say. So thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm really thankful that you're taking the time to sit down and take a look at some of this stuff. If you have any questions, obviously you have my contact information, you've got my phone number, all that stuff, so you can reach out to me. And if you wanted to just scroll back through this video or take a look at certain parts, please do so. And if you have any questions, write them down or bring them over to me, whatever. And I'm happy to help make your life a little bit easier, and to help you get a little more efficient with your business in a way that brings you more value, and brings you a higher quality of life. So thank you. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful 4th of July, and I will talk to you soon.